Springs. This is the A-Team. Amanda here, Jamie, and Alicia. Today we are going to talk about the 3 things that we think you can expect for the rest of 2022. We definitely know that the availability of homes are going to increase. Why do you think that is, and what can buyers and sellers expect from that?
The availability is going to increase because homes are sitting a lot longer than they were before. Buyers are a little bit afraid to purchase with interest rates, but the benefit of that is you're no longer competing with so many buyers. You're able to find a house and not get into a bidding war. Builders are still building at the same rate. Those prices are coming down as well.
Yep.
So there's so many more options for buyers, but it's not the end of the world for sellers.
The interest hikes have definitely eliminated a lot of the first-time buyers. Affordability has definitely become an issue for people who are, stretching their budget to begin with to purchase that first home.
So that brings us into basically number 2. We know that mortgage rates are going to continue to increase as inflation increases too. So just kind of to your point, Jamie, if a couple months ago a VA buyer would have put 0 money down, bought at 4% interest rate, and now tries to buy at what interest rates are around 6%, that 2% increase is actually adding about $500 a month on their monthly payment.
Yeah, absolutely. Your average mortgage has definitely increased quite a bit.
Yeah.
So affordability for first-time buyers, like I said, has definitely become a factor. Just keep in mind that there's different ways to work with your lender to buy down points, to reduce the cost of your mortgage, things like that. There's a lot of creativity that's still out available for people to make things affordable, but just keep that in mind.
Yeah, and another thing to keep in mind is about rent, what we were talking about.
Yeah.
You're spending 100% in rent, so you
Right.
know that 2% increase in interest rates, it's nominal when you are at least still investing in a home that's going to continue to appreciate.
Absolutely. Rents will always increase when the interest rates go up. Rents will continuously increase. Rates may come back down. I don't foresee that. I think basically we're looking at the new norm.
At least for
the
a while.
1.9, 2 points, was ludicrously low. Like it probably will never see that again.
It's just not sustainable for the economy.
No, and rents, rents always increase with interest rates. So again, you're paying somebody's house down by renting. So don't be afraid to jump into the market now at these current rates, because these are still, even at 4, 5, 6%. That's low interest rates historically.
Yeah. I think my parents were 15 to 18% when they bought their house in the 80s. So
My parents' first home was 19%.
One thing for sellers to keep in mind though is that your house is going to sit longer. The last couple years with your houses going under market the same day or within a couple days, that's not realistic for the long run. That's not normal. If your house sits for 2 weeks, 4 weeks, obviously our job is to market it as much as we can to find the right buyer, but that's not something for you to worry about. It just takes time in a market that starts to shift a little bit more in favor of the buyers, so don't be afraid of that. The third topic, home prices are still going to continue to climb, but just more moderately. So what does this mean for sellers?
Over the past couple of years, we've seen appreciation grow about 10% annually. Again, that's not normal. Historically, that's not normal. I think we're going to revert back to the normal of a 3% increase in your value of your home every year. Over time, you're still going to appreciate, your value is still going to grow, your equity in your home is still going to grow. It's just not going to be as quick as we've seen in the past.
What does that mean for buyers? It basically means that their competition will probably decrease a bit, so it's probably going to be easier, hopefully, for you to get into a home. We're not going to see these crazy appraisal gaps like we've been seeing, $50,000 over ask price, that kind of stuff. We are currently shifting. It's not like all of a sudden you can offer $100,000 over list price, but things are starting to cool.
Which was normal here for, I don't know, quite a long time with the competitive nature of the market here. We saw it switch overnight. We were having clients lose homes $100,000 over asking price, and literally within a couple weeks they're getting concessions.
Right. And I think kind of the last point to leave everyone with is that the market is not crashing. The media likes to use that word to get us all scared, clickbait, that kind of stuff, but this is not '08. This is a completely different situation. The market is just stabilizing. It's normalizing how things are historically, like Alicia was saying, that historic 3%. Does that mean it's going to automatically drop to 3%? No, there's still a lot of areas that are still appreciating pretty high, but that's kind of the average that we can expect over a year. years, making real estate still a great investment, especially if it's one where you are buying it, you move to your next property and you're renting that. Somebody's paying your mortgage and you're making at least 3% annually.
The market's just cooling off, that it's not crashing, it's literally, I would say, correcting.
Even though the interest rates have gone up, which is hard to see our buyers have to pay that higher monthly payment, it actually makes it a better time for them to buy. So I'm happy that they finally have an opportunity where they don't have to be up against so much competition.
People are probably tired of hearing this, but marry the home, date the rate.
Yeah, it's perfect.
So this is the A Team with our 3 things to expect in 2022. I'm Jamie.
I'm Alicia.
And I'm Amanda. Please hit us up on social media. Go follow us on Facebook, Instagram. Reach out if you have any questions. Also remember that twice a week we do our coffee hours on Mondays and Thursdays from 9:15 to 11:15 at coffee houses around Colorado Springs, and we would love for you to join us.